Starting at the back edge of your mat, let's begin with feet about hips distance apart, parallel. Take a soft bend in your knees, circle your arms up and overhead. Inhale at the top, stretch your arms tall. Exhale, tuck the chin, begin to roll down towards the floor. Rounding the spine and bringing the fingertips to the floor. Once they find the mat, let's start to walk the fingertips all the way out into a plank position. Nice strong shoulders, hold the plank for one inhale. And as you exhale, pike your hips to the ceiling, walk your feet a quarter step in, and try to drive your heels to the mat for a downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet if that feels good. And then driving both heels back to the floor, take that stretch in the back of both of your legs. Roll yourself forward back into a plank position and hold it for just a breath. And then as you exhale, let's pike the hips up, this time walking the hands all the way back into the feet. And once the fingertips meet the toes, nod the chin to the chest and start to roll all the way back up to standing. At the top, roll your shoulders down your back, and we'll do that same thing one more time. Big circle with the arms, soft bend of the knees as you reach up to the ceiling. Exhale, tuck chin to chest, start to reach the fingertips to the floor, round the spine. Fingertips reach the floor, walk the fingertips all the way out into a plank. Holding that plank for just a moment, inhale. And as you exhale, pike the hips, drive the heels into the floor, stretch out the back of the legs, and maybe pedal out the feet one more time before we begin our warm-up. Drive both heels down into the mat. And then roll the spine forward, finding that plank position. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, pike the hips to the ceiling, this time walking the hands all the way back towards the toes. And once the fingertips meet the toes, nod the chin, roll the spine up towards standing. Head, neck, shoulders come up last. Roll the shoulders down the back a couple times at the top. And then let's get moving. So you're gonna grab your hand weights. I'm gonna use my ankle weights as hand weights today. They're about 1 pound each, just to add a little something into my arms. Stand in the middle of your mat with feet about hips distance apart, palms or weights facing forward. We're gonna take it into a curtsy lunge, adding a big circle with the arms overhead. Curtsy lunge, left foot behind right knee, arms circle above the head, and then come right back to center standing. Other leg, right foot steps back, arms circle up and above the head, and back to center. You want to go slow as we're just starting to warm up the body, but you can flow through this at your own pace. As we step back into the curtsy lunge, the arms take a big circle up and above the head, and weights are there if you want to use them to add a little bit more work into the arms. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And as you're starting to get into that movement, maybe you can speed it up just a tad. And as you take these curtsies, you want that knee, the back knee, to drop right behind the front knee. Finishing up one more on each side. And then let's hold it back on our first side. Arms are above the head. We're in that curtsy squat. Reach the arms in front of the body. Flip palms to the ceiling. We're gonna stand up out of that lunge. And as we bend back into it, we'll bend the elbows into a bicep curl. Stand to extend. Lunge to bend. Let's do it. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and I'm gonna hold it down on 1 and just pulse into those legs. 8, 7, 6, elbows up at shoulder height. 3, 2, last one, stand. Come right to center, arms by your side. Roll out your shoulders. Let's get hands to hips. Take it into a regular squat. Sink down, stand. Sink down, weight in the heels. Remember, we are not holding our breath. We're keeping the chest open, shoulders wide. Let's go 5, 4, 3, last 2. Hold it down on 1 and just pulse it out in that squat. You want to keep the weight in your heels so that you could wiggle your toes if you wanted to. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stand. Let's take it right into the other side, curtsy lunge. Step your right foot behind your left. Knee drops behind the knee and you're down in that curtsy lunge. Arms extend in front of you, palms flipped up to the ceiling. Stand up, and as you lunge, you're gonna bend the elbows, stand to extend. Bend, stand to extend. Keep the elbows up at shoulder height, and let's go. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it 1, and just pulse through those legs. Down and up, down and up. Keep the elbows high, keep the palms facing you, and we're 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and stand. Shake out your legs, roll out your shoulders. Let's keep going. Let's bring it all the way down to your mat. Have a seat on your butt, legs out in front of you. We'll take a soft bend in the knees. Bring your hands behind the backs of your thighs, and we'll begin here with a little bit of core and spinal movement to get going. So inhale, straighten the spine, and as you exhale, tuck your chin to your chest, tuck your tail. Round your spine and melt back into that C curve, keeping hands behind thighs. Inhale at the bottom, exhale, roll up. Stack your spine nice and tall at the top, and again. Next exhale, tuck chin to chest, tuck tail, round the spine, roll it back. Next exhale rolls you forward, using the hands behind the legs as a little bit of support as you get moving here. If you don't need that support with hands behind legs, let's do the same exact thing, but reach the hands out in front of the body instead. Everything else is the same. Nod chin to chest, tuck tail under, roll it back. And that next exhale rolls you forward. A few more times here. As you take these half roll downs, I really want you to keep your heels grounded into the mat underneath you. And focus on articulating through the spine. And keeping the shoulders away from the ears. Let's take one more, roll it down to that halfway point. If you have your hands behind your legs, let's have them reach out in front of the body now. And from here, we're gonna pulse forward an inch, back an inch. Forward and back. Here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, hold it back in that rounded C curve position. Palms facing up, I just want you to open the arms and close. Open and close. Keep the tail tucked under and the heels on the mat. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, arms in front of the body, one more set of pulses. We're up and down, up and down. If you're feeling this in your lower back at all, I want you to continue with the movement, but do it a little bit higher, a little bit closer to seated. Also, if you have a ball, that would be a nice little modification to put that ball behind your back. We're here for 3, 2, Last one. And then bring the hands behind the thighs. Roll up to seated. Roll your shoulders away from the ears. And let's set up for round 2. We're going to stay seated on our butts. This time, we're going to take the hands straight out in front of the body again, this time palms facing down. Hook the thumbs together with the fingertips still reaching forward. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, tuck the chin. Tuck the tail round the spine and melt it back. My belly button is pulled into the back of my spine, and I'm just going to twist towards the left and twist towards the right. So move through this side to side, feeling like you're bringing out the side obliques as you go. And then try to keep your knees stable if you can, your hips stable if you can. Get a little bit deeper into that twist each time. And then the next time that you are on your left side, let's go ahead and pause there. Holding that pause on the left side, we're going to slice the arms back an inch, cut back, for 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold it 1. We're going to take those little pulses in that twist. Back an inch, down an inch. Little back, little up. Here we go. For 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, stay there. Twist it to the other side. We are still in that rounded C shape of the spine, and we're going to slice the fingers back. Slice back, back, and back. For 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it 1, and we take it a pulse. Down and up, down and up. Little down, little up. 1 inch at a time. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Find center, hands behind thighs, roll up to seated, and shake it out. Roll out your shoulders. All right, we're not done with abs yet. We're gonna stay on our mats and roll all the way down onto our backs. So let's get down all the way onto the mats, knees bend, feet flat on the mat. Palms are down on your mat as well. Draw one knee at a time into tabletop, 90-degree angle of the knees. Make sure your spine is in a neutral position, your neck and shoulders are relaxed. Point the toes, and without changing the bend of your knees, tap your left toes down to the mat. Exhale, draw the knee up. And switch. Right toes tap, exhale, lift. Tap, exhale, lift. So this movement here is a hinge through the hips, not a bend through the knees. So nothing should change about the position of your knee. It's just a hinge from the hip to reach the toes towards the mat. You don't have to tap the mat if you can't quite reach. Inhale, dip, exhale, lift. If you're feeling good with head, neck, and shoulders down, let's take our final few with hands behind head, curl up into that chest curl, looking down at your belly button. And this one always makes me shake, no matter what I do. Let's get one more each side. Left toes tap, lift, right toes tap, and lift. Hold that tabletop. If you're not in a chest curl, let's get there. And we'll pulse the chest. Up an inch, down an inch. Up an inch, down an inch. Here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let the head come down. Let the feet come down. And bring the hands right back by your sides. All right, so we're gonna keep the left knee bent, and I want you to extend the right leg long on the floor. Pointing the toes and bringing the hands right behind the head, we're gonna reach the right leg up to the sky as we curl up into a chest curl. Lower everything down. Exhale, curl up. So this is a good exercise to bring that back into an imprinted spine as we lift the leg and come into a chest curl, just to protect the lower back and make this movement just a little bit more comfortable. Here for 4, 3, 2, last one. Hold it up at the top, right toes are pointed to the sky. Twist towards that right leg, and then I want you to just lower the head, neck, shoulders. Exhale, curl up in that twist. Inhale, lower. Exhale, curl up. So full range here. Right leg to the sky. We have 4, 3, 2, and on 1, we're gonna hold that curl. You know what's coming. Reach that left arm across the body to the outside of the right thigh and pulse it up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. And then bend your knee. Bring your knee down or your foot down onto the mat. Let's do the other side. Extend the left leg long, pointed toes. Hands come behind the head and we get right into it. As the left leg lifts, you take that chest curl, lower everything down. Exhale, curl. Inhale, everything down. We're here for 4. Here for 3. Try not to yank the neck. 2. Hold it. 1, and twist towards that left side. We're gonna lower the head. Exhale, lift. So we're in this twisted position. This way we can get a little bit more into the obliques. I want you to keep the left toes pointed and reaching for the ceiling. Here for 4, 3, 2, hold it. 1, reach the right arm straight across the body, outside of the left thigh, pulse it up, down, down. Here we go. Almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Head down, hands down, bend the knee, foot comes down onto the mat. Let your knees windshield wiper side to side, and we're going to continue on our backs here. So grab your resistance band, and you're going to loop that band over your thighs. Just above the knees is good. Hands are flat on the mat, feet are flat on the mat. Walk your heels a little bit closer to your butt, and separate your feet to about hips distance. Let's bridge. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let's tuck the tailbone under, begin to articulate the spine all the way up into our bridge. Upper back stays connected to the mat, and then roll it back down. A few times like this in our articulating bridge, initial movement is that pelvic tilt, and then the rest of the spine can follow you to the top, like you're peeling your spine off the mat like a string of pearls. Nothing extra going on with the band just yet. We'll get there. For now, let's just roll the spine up and down. On this next bridge, let's hold it at the top, but keep the tailbone tucked underneath the hips. Flat back is gonna lower halfway down, lift up, open the knees into the band, and close. Lower halfway down, lift up, open the band, and close. Let's do 6. Lift, open, close, lower. 5, lift, open, close. 4, lift, open, close. Last 3, lift, open, close, and 2, open, close. Last 1, lift, open, close. Stay here at the top. Retuck that tail underneath the hips, and then I just want you to pulse out into the band. Open, 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 open. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it open, but keep your feet flat. So don't pull too far into the band, and then pulse the hips up an inch, up an inch. Squeeze the glutes. Here we go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees to parallel. Roll down onto your mat. Rock the knees back and forth. Let's get right into our second side. All right, so we're gonna keep feet flat, about hips distance apart, and let's go. Roll your hips up into a bridge. From here, all I want you to do is pop up onto tiptoes on one foot, and then step that foot a little bit closer in towards your butt. Working only with that tiptoe side, I want you to just open that knee into the band, and then bring it back to center. Open that knee only, and bring it back to center. So our tiptoe foot side is the side that's working with the band. Try to keep the tail tucked under the hips. Try to keep the top of the ribs knitted together. Helps our core stay engaged. And we'll go 3, 2, hold it open on 1, and then just pulse those hips up, down, up, down. You should feel this in your glutes. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that knee to center. Drop the heel and roll down onto your back. Step the feet back out to regular parallel. Let's do the second side. We're going to step the opposite foot a little bit closer into the butt. Roll the hips up to bridge. Hop up to tiptoe on that opposite side, and then working on that tippy toe side. We open into the band with the knee and close. Open and close. Open and close. Try not to change the level of your hips. We're maintaining the same bridge the entire time. Last 4, 3, 2, hold it open on 1, stay on that tiptoe, and then pulse the hips up, down, up, down. You got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Bring the knee to parallel, drop the heel, roll your hips down to the mat, and walk your feet back out to regular parallel hips distance. We'll get into our final bridge. We'll do a little bit of single leg work, but let's start on 2 feet. Roll your hips up to bridge, pausing at the top. Walk both of your feet about a half step closer to your butt, and then draw one knee up to tabletop. Holding tabletop, I want you to extend that leg and then pull it right back in. Fight the resistance of the band. Extend, pull in, extend, pull in. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. You're gonna hold tabletop and pulse those hips up, pulse up, pulse up, pulse up. We got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that foot down, but stay in the bridge if you can. Retuck the tailbone under the hips. Draw the opposite knee to tabletop, and then we extend the leg, draw it in. Extend, draw it in. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, last one. You're gonna hold tabletop and pulse the hips to the ceiling. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Foot down, hips roll down, and take a quick break. Roll your way up to seated. You're gonna take your resistance band off, or you can leave it on if you want the extra challenge for our next set of glute work. Flip over onto your hands and knees. In the middle of your mat, let's come to a 4-point kneeling position. Before we move, let's take a quick cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly, roll the shoulders away from the ears, chin up. Exhale, tuck the tail, round the spine, tuck the chin, belly button up to back of the spine. And again, inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin. Exhale, tuck the tail, round the spine, tuck the chin. Last time. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Roll your spine back into a nice, strong, neutral position. Flex the left toes onto the mat, keeping the back flat and the crown of the head reaching out in front of you. We're going to drive the left heel to the ceiling and then pull it down. Drive up, pull down. Here for 10, 9, 8, 7. Squeeze the glute. Try not to let your lower back arc. 4, 3, 2, and then hold it at the top on 1, keeping the toes flexed. You're going to pulse that heel up and down, up and down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up on 1. Drop down onto your opposite elbow. So for me, that's my right elbow, opening my chest up slightly to the left side. My left heel is pressed up to the ceiling. I'm going to circle my left knee around and pull it towards my left tricep, and then circle the knee back around, finding that high donkey kick again. Circle the left knee towards left tricep, and then circle back up and around, finding donkey. So it all stays high. I'm cinching my waist in as I pull the knee towards the tricep. Nice and slow. Keep breathing. And you'll start to feel a lot of this work going into your stabilizing side as well. I'm taking just a little bit of an extra pulse of the heel to the ceiling each time I get back to the donkey kick. Last thing on this side. We got 3, 2, I'm really feeling this on the stabilizing side. Last one. Hold donkey kick, give me tiny pulses, up and down, up and down. Here we go, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it all down. Okay. So working on the side of your elbow, so whatever side elbow is down, you're going to slide down onto your side body and just hold your head in your hands. Extend your bottom leg long, point the toe, and bring your top knee up and over, rest it flat on your mat. I'm going to point my right toes towards the back right corner of my mat, and then from here we're going to work inner thighs. Lift the right leg up, lower it down. Lift up, lower down. Really pulling through my inner thigh, keeping my hips stacked one on top of the other. We got 8, 7, 6, left hand can go anywhere. 4, 3, 2, hold it up on 1. Take little pulses, up, down, up, down. Keep the toes pointed. I've got my left hand on my hip to try and help me pull my hip away from my rib cage. 3, 2, 1. Let's go right back to full range. Lower, tap the mat, lift. Lower, lift. 10, 9, 8, 7. If it's not comfortable with your head in your hands, you can always lower all the way down onto your upper arm. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up on 1. Little pulses, up, 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 up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up on 1. We're gonna flex the toes, point the toes, flex the toes, point the toes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, and lower the leg down. Push your way all the way back up to your 4-point kneeling position. We're gonna work the other side. I'm gonna flip around so that you can see my working side. So let's get back to 4-point kneeling. If you need a quick cat-cow here, take it. And then we'll go ahead and work our opposite leg, find a neutral spine. The top of my left foot is going to be flat on the mat. My right toes are flexed on the mat. And let's go donkey kick. Drive the heel to the ceiling, pull the knee down. Heel presses up, then knee pulls down. 10. 9. Back is flat. 8. Eyes are looking down at your mat, not down at your belly button. Last 5. 4. 3, 2, hold it up on 1, little pulses to the ceiling, pushing through the heel. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold it up. I'm dropping my opposite elbow, my left elbow, down onto the mat to open my chest out slightly to the right. From here, I'm going to draw my right knee towards my right tricep, little circle, and then push the heel right back up to a donkey kick. Circle the right knee around towards right tricep, and then push it right back up to donkey kick. So I'm letting my head and my eyes kind of move with the movement. Feels good to give my neck a little bit of a wiggle as I go through this. And I'm cinching my side body in as I pull the knee towards the tricep. Keep it slow. We're controlled here, and we're really feeling this a lot in the stabilizing side. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. Final 1. And then hold that donkey kick, pulse the heel up, 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 up. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knee comes down. We're going to continue working on the side that your elbow is down on. So slide down onto your side body. Elbow that's down is staying down. I'm going to hold my head in my hands. I'm going to extend my bottom leg out towards the front corner of my mat, and my top leg is going to drape over to the front of my mat. Hips are stacked, bottom toes are pointed for me, that's my left leg. And I'm going to lift and lower, lift and lower for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up on 1, little pulses, hovering in that middle space. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold it, second set. Lower down, tap the mat, lift. Tap the mat, lift. Here for 10. 9, I'm pulling up with my inner thigh, but I'm also kind of reaching out long with my left pointed toes. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up on 1. Last set of pulses, little up, little down, little up, little down. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, hold. Flex the toes, point. Flex the toes, point. Here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, lower that leg down. Push your way up to seated. Roll out your shoulders. We have one more thing before we finish up. So I'm gonna re-grab my ankle weights and I'm gonna wrap them around my wrists this time. A light set of dumbbells will do just fine. I wanna do a quick set of tricep work and then we'll call it a day. So grab your hand weights, whatever they are, and we'll meet up on our knees facing any direction. So I'm going to start with my hands right down by my side body, roll my shoulders out of my ears. I'm going to sink my hips halfway down towards my heels and hinge my chest forward. Palms are facing in at my side body. I'm going to lower my fingertips, tapping the mat. Exhale, sweep up. Lower, lift. Lower, lift. We got 6. 5, keeping the abs engaged, pulling the belly button up towards the spine. 3, 2, last one, hold it up by the hips, then bend the elbows, extend. Bend the elbows, extend. Here we go, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up on 1. Flip your palms to face the ceiling, then give me little pulses up, down, up, down. Got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, hold. We're just gonna take a micro bend at the elbow and then extend. Micro bend, extend. Keep the palms facing up. Really fight for the extension of the arm. Last 4, 3, 2, last 1. Good, let the arms come down, come up to a high kneel, roll out your shoulders, step your right foot out in front of your body, bring both hands on top of your thigh, and lunge down into a nice stretch. So I'm really stretching my backside hip flexor here. I'm trying to keep both of my hips squared down towards the mat underneath me. Send your hips back, arms down on either side of that leg, flex your toes. And then come all the way up, bring your right knee back down to the mat, step your left foot out in front of you. Hands on top of the thigh, lunge it down. Woo. Feeling the stretch mostly in my backside hip flexor. Send your hips back, flex the toes, one hand down on either side of the leg. And then bring that left knee down, face forward, roll your shoulders back. We are all done for today. Spend a little bit more time stretching if you need it, and I will see you next time. Bye.